Alright, this is going to be my review of an air fryer. Now, if you can tell, I have some ingredients here. I have a little oil, excuse my mess, a little seasoning mix of basil, dill, salt, pepper, and parsley flakes, dried ingredients, an onion, a piece of frozen tilapia, potato, and an actual sausage. Now, what I'm actually getting ready to make is what's called a potato hash and fish, which is basically I'm creoling out the fish and chip type thing. Excuse the mess, y'all. I'm having to do this from sitting in my room at the bed on a tray table because I'm not feeling good enough to stand up straight in the kitchen at the moment to do this. So, um, what I'm having to lean on something. Um, but I'm actually going to go ahead and get this started by chopping these ingredients, and I'm going to pause the video for now. But isn't she a beauty? Now, I wanted to show y'all some stuff before I pause the video, and I'm going to move some ingredients. The air fryer actually is pretty cool. This little trigger here lets you slide it to you. Well, it's kind of hard to slide with one hand, but let me see. It slides forward to lock the actual tray in, and you actually pull towards you, and it pulls the tray out. Okay? Now, this is the tray. I'm going to bring it into the light. The divider actually lets you cook more than one thing at a time. And that's what I'm attempting to do, is a piece of fish in the potato hash, which is going to be in one compartment, and the fish is in the other with a little seasoning and oil on it. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is prepare the hash first, and then do the rest. But if you look at there's a divider plate inside of here that's not easy to take out with one hand. But if you want to clean the basket, a lot of people are concerned about that. The basket actually lifts out, and I'm actually going to pause the video for a second. Okay, the video actually paused it. There's a trigger button right here to lift the basket out. Okay, there's a button that I'm pressing where my thumb is to lift the basket out, and when you want to put it back in, let the button go, and it snaps back into place. Okay, so I'm going to pause, and I'm going to work on the hash and then get everything into the basket, and I'll be back. Alright, decided to try to see if I can preheat it, which I don't feel any heat. The heating coils in this one is actually at the top, but I don't think you guys can see that. But this is a 400-degree one. You change modes to change the temperature, which is pretty cool. As long as that button's red, you can change the mode to change the temperature. There's a call button that'll make it beep, and then you gotta press off to make it turn off the machine, and then on. This is your timer button, which is minus to subtract time from your timer, and then there's a plus. Now the call button is supposed to make it beep when it's ready, and off lets you turn it off, but for some reason it's not letting me turn it off. But it's to stop the timer, basically what it is. And basically what I'm going to do is put the fish and the chips to cook under the 375-degree Fahrenheit different temperature, and I'm going to have it go for 15 minutes, well, 20 minutes, considering that it's potato. Okay, so we're going to see what happens, and I'm going to stop it and see where we are, because you can actually open the compartment, which is the tray that goes in here. You can actually open it and see where your food progress is. So, be right back. Alright, we have a cut creole hash, which has basically been seasoned with the salt and pepper mixture that I showed earlier. It's sliced onions, potatoes, and sausage, which is the Polish sausage that I really love to eat. Soft and not so hard. And then in the pan, we already have our fish has been seasoned completely. So what I'm going to do is put this hash in the second compartment. Be right back. All right, now we have our potatoes, our potato hash with a little oil on it, and our fish. And I'm going to slide it in. And the key to this is making sure you get it on the track correctly. And I need 2 hands, so, and you push it in until it actually snaps shut. Okay, now let's see. On. Ooh, that sounds good. I hear it powering up. Do you hear it? Do you hear it cooking? Now this is perfect for cooking dinner for just one person, which is just me here at the moment today. So right now it's actually cooking, and it's gonna cook. Is heating up to about 375, and you can tell my hands on it. It's actually not hot to the touch, and believe it or not, there are some air fryers that the body is actually made of metal instead of plastic that you can buy in the store that actually is hot to the touch. This is not hot to the touch. I can actually put my hand on it, and it's not hot to the touch. So right now, if you hear it running, that's the fan inside of it, along with the heating element cooking and preparing the food. So for 20 minutes, it's going to cook. Wow, I'm starting to smell it. It's starting to smell good in here. Well, not that fast, but it's smell of onion. And wanted to show you guys the book that come with it. Now, it doesn't come with a recipe guide, but you know, you can come up with your own. And this is the digital display air fryer manual, and it has a bunch of different things in there to help you troubleshoot it, how to clean it, how the baskets look when they come out of the compartment, the entire unit. And then tells you safety instructions, which my suggestion is to read the manual before you do anything with it. So I'm going to pause, and I'm going to basically let it go ahead and continue for 20 minutes. I'm not going to keep the video running the entire 20 minutes, but I'm going to pause for 20 minutes, pause until this is done, and I'm going to take it out of the basket. See you later. 7 minutes in. Okay, food check. Fish is cooking. I don't know if you can see it, but the fish is cooking. Potatoes are and sausages are cooking, and the onions are crisping up, and they're looking pretty good. Now, when you take the basket out, if you notice that you do not hear it running anymore, you take the basket out, it stops running. Potatoes are still kind of hard, so we're going to let it continue going. The fish is going to basically cook faster. So what I'm going to do is a couple minutes in, stop and take the fish out of the basket. And I am in the process of prepping additional hash, which I may put in the opposite side of the basket that does not have sausage in it. So be back. Now once you put the basket back in, you're going to press the on button. It's going to cut it back on. Alright, lovely people, we're getting ready to take the fish out of the basket because the fish is now completely cooked. And the way I can tell is if I put my hand down here and press, it's no longer frozen and hard. Now the potatoes, they're still cooking. They're still kind of hard, but they're still cooking. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go ahead. Now this is my test to see that I cannot do hard vegetables, hardy root vegetables like potatoes, and not so hardy fish along with it. And the fish is actually perfectly cooked with the crisp edges without me frying it in the pan. So I'll be right back to show you the picture, show you the fish as soon as I get it out the basket. So you need 2 hands to actually do this part. Okay, the fish is out. This is the other part of the hash, and I'm gonna basically do a test, and I'm gonna change the timer and add more time to it because right now it's got 9 minutes left. So it means it's taking longer to cook potatoes. So I'm actually going to put the rest of the hash in the other compartment. Now the basket, when you do this, guys, be mindful because this basket is actually pretty hot. Okay, it's pretty hot, so please be mindful of that when you're touching this, because you don't want to burn yourself, because I came pretty close to actually doing that. So I noticed that I got not as much hash on one side and it's fresh, and then hash on the other. So I'm actually going to put it back into the machine, which I'm going to try to do it one-handed. And when you put it in, you have to hear it snap, and when you hear it snap, you just press the on button to bring it on. But I'm actually going to increase the timer back to 20 minutes, and I'm going to press on, and it comes back on again. So see you later. My bad, I forgot to show you guys the fish. Okay, 1 second. All right, let's see the fish, and this is a fork. I'm going to show you the flakiness. Ooh, pretty. See? Look. Cooked all the way through, not pink. Let's see. Not dry. I was actually expecting it to dry the fish out. Now this went from frozen to done. This is frozen tilapia fillets that you can buy at Walmart. Well, I bought mine at Walmart in the pack. Pretty darn tasty. See? I'm gonna pause for a second. Yes, pretty darn tasty fish. Okay. All right, we're at the 3-minute mark, so I'm actually going to stop it for a second, pull the tray out to see what the potatoes are doing. Now, keep in mind, this particular compartment had fresh potatoes in it, just basically just done, and this is the one that's been in there a while. So what I want to do is actually take a look and see is the potato. They're cooking, and they're actually crisping and frying. So what I want to do is basically give it a chance to not brown so much and burn. I'm actually taking a wooden, I'm not, by choice, I'm not using a metal spoon in this. Okay, it's up to you. By choice, I don't like using metal on certain types of materials because you can really damage them. And this is from the person that has a lot of cooking too. So basically what I'm coming in and is basically just tossing the potatoes a little bit so that they're not stuck. And it looks like they're actually cooking. They've been on for about 17 of the 20 minutes. On both sides, the potatoes are actually cooking all the way through. So what I'm going to do is increase the time by about 7 minutes and give it the full 10-minute ride, which you're gonna watch me do that now. Increase it to 10, and I'm gonna let them finish, and I want them to crisp and brown and be yummy. And I'm gonna take them out and let you see the taste them, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the inside of the basket once you take the basket out, and with the pot bowl, which is actually this side piece, what that looks like. So see you in a bit. All right, the moment of truth. The timer is now off and we're completely done. I'm going to inject the actual basket. Look how gorgeous. Nice and brown, and smells actually pretty decent in here. Some different versions of home fries. This particular basket, side of the basket, has no sausage in it. This one does. So I'm actually going to take it out, part of each one of them, out of the basket, and put it on the plate for you guys to see it. Now again, the basket is very hot. I can feel it with the camera this close to it, the heat permeating off of it. Now I want you to see the inside of the basket, and it is actually washable. As I showed earlier in the video, you can actually take the basket out and wash it and clean it. Now if you want to clean the housing too as well, you can do that. I don't suggest touching any part of the housing just yet, because It's not completely like super hot to the touch, but it's hot enough where if you have sensitive skin or hands that you can really burn yourself. And look, my hand is actually on it and it's still hot and it's not burning me. It's not that hot where you cannot put your hands on it, but for safety's sake, if you do have sensitive skin, I do not suggest putting your hands on this, especially after it just turned off. It's only been off about less than a minute. So I'll be right back and I'm going to start getting the potatoes out. Alright, the final test. How does the hash actually look? This is the side without the sausage. This is the side with the sausage. Now the sausage, you can tell, is kind of a little bit burned, but that's actually charredness in Louisiana. Very tasty. Cooked sausage. Perfect. Let's see. Let's do a piece of onion, sausage, and potato. Nice and crispy potatoes. They're a little bit overdone and burnt, but very excellent flavor. Oh my God. Like having flat top home fries from Waffle House. Potatoes are thoroughly cooked and fried. Just a tablespoon of oil to mix and allow the seasoning to stick to it. That's the only reason I use oil, is to allow the seasoning to stick to the potatoes. Crispy onion. Oh man, perfect. Worth the money. Worth that money to purchase if you get this loveliness. Nice and brown, charred, tasty, flavorful potatoes. Flavorful, not dry fish as I showed earlier, with our crispy edges. Now, if you're on a healthy kick like I am, I'm trying to drop weight. Having to be able to have food like that and it's not dry and the edges are crispy, well worth it. Have a great day and hope you enjoyed the video and watching.